VLuv Hub.
I've definitely had the most wild sex in my 40s and 50s, but it could be circumstantial. But because I was older and I just felt like, what the fuck if I don't do it now? When we gotta wait till I'm 70, would I have hot, wild sex? At least for me, I'm freer to experiment and do things I might have not done before. And then there's sex toys that I probably didn't have when I was married. So probably we all should have if we were in a marriage that long. I do a lot of sex talk, sexting, you just have to be playful. And even sometimes if you don't want to, you might just do it. Come on to your man, whatever, just to keep it going.
Happy holidays, everyone. Thanks for tuning into the Hub for our weekly discussion about what to expect when you can no longer expect. I'm Ann Katari.
I'm Judy DeMello.
And I'm Sue DeLara. Guess what, people? We have a seriously juicy episode today.
Well, that's a treat because let's face it, when you think of menopause, you're not thinking of anything juicy.
Or sexy.
Well, we're getting juicy and sexy today.
And spicy.
And naughty.
Oh, yes. 'Tis the season, everyone, to get nice and naughty. So first up, we'll speak with pleasure expert. That's right, pleasure expert, Sam Evans, who knows a lot about some very sexy things.
Like sex toys, Sue?
Yeah. I mean, come on. Who doesn't like sex toys, right?
Right, and we're covering one of your favorite topics too, right, Judy?
Lube. Yes, lube. I thought I was the Lube Queen, but then I met Sam Evans and I've been dethroned.
Okay, so even though sex toys and lube may not be for everyone, I do think being sexually active is essential to our mental, emotional, and physical health, and to feel like the sexy creatures that we are.
Damn right. And I know I'm always going on about how much I hate that phrase, use it or lose it. But our guest, Sam Evans, who is the co-owner of a pleasure shop called Joe Divine, makes a really good case to keep using it.
Okay, so let's listen to Sam and then stick around because we have another treat lined up. Judy, Sue, and I will review our favorite pleasure items, guaranteed to spice up your holiday season.
Oh, what a tough job we have. Well, just a little warning, it's going to get hot and steamy around here today and I'm not having a hot flash. It's because I'm speaking with Sam Evans, who is at the helm of a company in the UK called Joe Divine, which is a great resource for any kind of sex toy and pleasure paraphernalia that might help people spice up things in the bedroom or the living room or the kitchen or wherever. So welcome to VLuv, Sam.
Thank you for inviting me.
Well, so tell us about Joe Divine, this company that was actually founded by your husband.
So basically, his idea in 2007, he comes from a banking background. I'm a former nurse. And so we combined our experiences and set up Joe Divine with an idea to sell high quality sex toys and also sexual lubricants as well. The website, it goes from cancer to kink. We have Joe Divine's Secret Diary, which is an erotic read, because I didn't want it to be we do have a lot of health on there, but I didn't want it to be a health website.
Okay, you know, I thought I was the lube queen, but you are really passionate about your lube. So please tell us about your passion for finding the right lube.
I met Paul when I was 23. We started using very well-known sexual lubricants that are still widely available. And actually, I kept getting recurrent infections. So thrush, bacterial vaginosis, cystitis, urinary tract infections, often after we'd had sex. That then led to vaginismus, whereby my pelvic floor muscles would tighten involuntary, and it would actually make sex feel very painful, uncomfortable, or even not possible. This went on for so many years, and it wasn't until I was 30 I actually had a diagnosis of vaginismus, but got offered little advice. No one talked to me about my lubes. And then basically it wasn't until we set up the company and we started using the Yes Organic lubricants. Within about a week, I remember saying to Paul, I haven't had any irritation. It was like it was that light bulb moment. So my rule of thumb is check the ingredients, and actually before you use a lube, do a little bit of skin test. Maybe pop it on your external labia, the skin outside, just a little bit. And if it feels okay, then obviously it'll be okay to use. But if you're using anything and it starts stinging, itching, or burning, then obviously wash it off. Very important.
Okay, so just so that our US listeners know about the Yes brand line, you're in partnership with Yes?
No, we're not. We just sell them. We don't manufacture our lube. We work with manufacturers that we trust and rely upon. So we only have Yes.
And in the US, it's available as R Yes, as in AH.
Yeah. And you can find all the information on the Yes website. And we have Sutil Luxe. It is a Canadian brand that we added to the website. It's a water-based lubricant, but it actually feels like a silicone lubricant. It tastes amazing. A little goes a long way, and it interacts with your own body's natural lubrication to make you feel more lubricated. I've never tried a lube like this before. And actually, this is a thicker version, the Sutil Rich, and obviously that's great for anal play as well. And they can both be used as a vaginal moisturiser. It's a fantastic company set up by a mother and daughter team in Canada, and that is available in the US as well.
And so you are the house tester, right? You test all your products, you and your husband, obviously.
And the sex toys, because somebody has to do it.
Good. Well, okay, let's talk about sex toys. What's on offer?
So basically, we only sell skin-safe toys. So again, this is really important for people to understand. Skin-safe materials of sex toys. So skin-safe, it's silicone, glass, metal, or ABS plastic. We don't sell anything that's made from jelly, latex, or rubber. They are porous materials. They absorb bacteria. You can't clean them properly, so there's a risk of infection. They leach out chemicals. They're really not good materials at all. But the glass is borosilicate glass. It's what Pyrex dishes are made from. So that is really safe to use, unless obviously you drop it on the floor and you chip it. You obviously can't use a glass toy. But you can clean them in your dishwasher.
I love the image of you have children, right? Teenagers?
We've got 3 children, yeah.
I love the idea of them finding a sex toy in the dishwasher as they go to load the dishwasher.
I have it's like for putting shoes in, you store shoes, so I've got all my sex toys in it hanging on the door downstairs, and it's actually also a cupboard where we sort of keep extra sort of food, big bags of rice.
Okay, so what's your best seller as far as sex toys goes?
The thing that actually has come to market recently in the last couple of years are air pulse or sonic wave toys. You put them over your clitoris. They don't vibrate. They gently tease and caress the clitoral tissue. And basically gently teasing and caressing the clitoral tissue, and it sends those sensations through the clitoral tissue there. And they've been an absolute game changer. But there's so many different innovations with sex toys. We've moved on from the rampant rabbit 20 years ago with Sex and the City. We've moved off from the jelly toys. And yeah, don't get me wrong, obviously big dildos are still available, very phallic. We sell some dildos like that. But a lot of toys are so pretty and beautiful, and they don't look like a sex toy.
I love this sexplosion that's going on out there. But what about sex during menopause? How do we get to be a little spicier during menopause, which is a tough time because your libido's sinking?
So I'm always recommending that people regularly masturbate, because obviously that promotes the blood flow to the tissues of the vulva and the vagina. It promotes lubrication. I'm sort of known as the Lube Queen, and it's having an intimate regime like you do for your face and your body. It's really important that people moisturize their vaginas. If they can use local estrogen, that can be transformative. Use a good sexual lubricant, masturbate, use simple sex toys. We've got really little slim toys here, which are just great.
Right.
A lot of people in menopause, if it feels painful or they've got low libido, then they stop the kissing and cuddling. They lose that connection. And I always say to people, you still need to kiss and cuddle, and just say, well, I don't feel like having sex, but could we just have a kiss and a cuddle? But communication is key. You've got to tell your partner, this is hurting, or this is how I feel, or, and we often hear that, sometimes people don't like using a lube because they think that they should instantly be wet as soon as they're touched. And this whole view, very outdated myth about vaginal lubrication. And it's not just male partners, it's female partners as well. They're thinking that they're failing in some way, not understanding that their hormones impact upon their lubrication. And actually, you can say, could we try this lubricant? And we hear from people, okay, well, we didn't get out of bed all weekend. Do we use your lubricants?
That's great. I get really annoyed by that whole conversation about I'm not wet and so I don't feel sexy anymore. But Okay, so that's all really good advice because we've had quite a few women come to us and say, I've been in a long marriage and then I go through menopause and my libido tanks, and it's really difficult to get worked up again. So I think what you're saying is just to be more playful, be more open to options, to apply some self love and use sex toys. Did you hit a point in your marriage, in your sex life, that you sort of got to the other side with the help of your sexual knowledge, your pleasure toys, and all of that?
Well, it was actually setting up the company, I think, that did it. Discovering the lubricants, as I said, it transformed my intimate health and our sex life. And it was like mid 40s. Also, my libido really dropped. And I remember at the time, I wasn't really in the room when we were having sex. Even my husband commented, he said, "Where are you?" And it was actually then I decided I've got to do something about this. So lost weight with him, we exercised together, we did a healthy eating plan, gained a bit of body confidence because I'd lost my confidence. But for me, it's that confidence now. It's actually like, okay, I know what I can do. I'm lucky I choose to take HRT. I'm able to take it, the low estrogen, vagina moisturizer, good lubes. Obviously, I've got access to all these toys. But also talking to my husband as well. I think our communication has always been pretty good. But it's a confidence now. I'm not that thin person I was years ago. I've put on weight, but I embrace the way I am.
Yes, absolutely. So what's next for Joe Divine?
I just think carry on doing what we're doing. We're a resource. We want to grow the resource, the practical articles. We have Joe Divine's erotic diary, the kink content. It's constantly changing all the time, and just to make sure that it's a really good resource that people can get good evidence-based researched articles and good skin-safe products and irritant-free sexual lubricants. I want to make it fun for people and it's not a chore and they don't have to give up on their sex life. And the new sex life might not be like the old one. It might be better. It might be different.
Very true. Well, I've certainly had fun having this conversation with you. And please hurry up and get your products available across the pond. But I do come to the UK quite often. I come as often as I can. So I'm happy to be the Joe Divine mule for anyone in need of anything.
Oh, I gotta get me that sonic wave toy.
I did after hearing about it from Sam. Shall we start a review?
Wait. Before that, I want everyone to know that you can actually watch this part of our show on our VLuv Hub YouTube channel. If you're still looking for a gift for someone or maybe for yourself, then our VLuv shopping guide is for you. We've chosen an item that we've discovered and love so much that we want to share with you. And if you do try any of these products, please drop us a note on our website at vlovhub.com and let us know.
Or maybe you have a great product that you want to share with us. Either way, we'd love to hear from you. Details of everything featured today are also listed on our website.
For the record, though, everyone, no one is paying us to promote their products on this show. These are items that we love and feel are worthwhile sharing with you. So, Judy, what's the toy you think should be under the Christmas tree this year, or the Hanukkah bush, or any bush?
Well, definitely the Sonic Pulse thingy, because as Sam said, it's a game changer. Do you want to hear about it?
Yes.
Okay, so the really interesting thing about sex toys today is that we've come a long way from the days of those giant plastic dildos, which I have to say never appealed to me. Now the emphasis is on stimulation and arousal. So these new toys are really focused on producing deeper and fuller orgasms, which, hello, who doesn't want? Plus, as we know, orgasms can be more difficult to achieve when estrogen levels decline during menopause. So these toys should be your new best friends, people. Okay, let's talk about the Sonic Pulse Vibrator. Basically, it's an air suction toy that kind of mimics oral sex. I did some research online and I found this brand called, funny enough, the Womanizer Premium. And it seemed to top all the lists, so I got it. And, one reviewer in New York Magazine described it as having a beam me up Scotty effect on your clitoris.
And?
She's right. Shazam! I'm serious. As Scotty from Star Trek says, I'm giving her all she's got, Captain.
Wow. I want to be Nurse Uhura.
No, it's true. So it's a pretty good little gadget. It kind of purrs quietly and has different intensity levels. It costs $149. You can buy it on Amazon or directly from womanizer.com. And they have loads of other ones too that range in price from $70 to $200. This was the only one I tried. Look, I'm happy to do more research, but for now, the Womanizer Premium definitely gets a
VLuv.
Exciting. Okay, so lube is another handy little item to have during menopause. I mean, let's face it, we're not as juicy as we used to be, so maybe we need a little help. And honestly, it's kind of fun to introduce lube into your sex play, if you ask me.
Yeah, I agree. Even if you're not experiencing dryness or painful sex, extra moisture just makes sex more fun. Right, Anne?
Yeah, definitely. Yes, so I really like Her Highness Pleasure Oil with CBD. CBD is in everything now, like from dog treats to lattes to alcohol, whatever you name it, it's in there.
Yeah, it's in your lube.
Yes. So this oil is olive oil base and it's got peppermint and it creates like this pulsating, tingling feeling and it feels good.
How good, Anne?
Very good. So by adding CBD, which as you know comes from hemp, it is possible that it may increase the level of sensation during sex because it can cause widening of the veins and that brings more blood to the area. So then
Throbbing.
But the key word is may because there's no real evidence to prove this. But from my experience, yes.
Throbbing
Throbbing
is the key word.
Yes. But my advice with any product that you try, just test it on a hand or a part of your skin just to make sure you don't have any allergic reaction to it. Her Highness Pleasure Oil, you have to put it on 20 minutes before you're going to have intercourse. That leaves plenty of time for foreplay. But for my experience, I started feeling the sensation like almost immediately, like in less than a minute. Their website is herhighness.com. That's HerHighness.com. By the way, in states where recreational marijuana is legal, Her Highness makes a pleasure oil with both CBD and THC. And according to the owner of the company, the result is mind-blowing. So, anyone going to California soon?
Yes, I'll take orders. Well, I like to take orders anyway.
So we definitely give this pleasure oil from Her Highness a
VLuv.
And I'll add to the lube options, since I'm the Lube Queen, with a shout out to good old-fashioned coconut oil. A lot of women love it. I'm one of them. It's a great way to keep everything moisturized, externally and internally. But remember this, you might not be a virgin, but your coconut oil definitely should be. As with all lubes, just as Sam Evans said, check the ingredients, stay away from products that use alcohol, perfumes, parabens, palm oils, and just stick to organic or all natural ingredients.
Yes, actually, speaking of natural, non-toxic products, my pick for a stocking stuffer this year is a body moisturizer from a newish company called Womaness. We're so lucky to be living in this time when women are starting to start companies that offer wellness solutions for women in menopause. And Womaness is one of those companies. We'll actually be interviewing its founders later in the series, but for now, I want to tell you about their body lotion called The Works. I'll just tell you my little story. I was in California. My skin was ultra dry. I went to Target. You can get it at Target, everybody. So it's very accessible in addition to the website. And I lathered it all up and I thought, okay, what's so special about this? And then after it sunk in, absorbed, I thought, wow, okay, this feels really good. Don't you guys want to feel my my arms?
I want to feel your legs.
Thank you. But I think the key ingredient is the hyaluronic acid, which happens to be an ingredient in a lot of their products, which from I understand is very moisturizing. It's also in their daily V-Soothe. Girls, first ladies, if you are thinking about me and all my body parts and holiday wish list, I'm putting the Daily V-Soothe on my wish list. In addition, they have an overnight magic facial cream, which was voted in 2021 by Self Magazine as the best night cream for signs of aging. So if you think I need that too, that'll be on my list.
I need it. I need it. I need it.
So for my pick, it's Womaness Body Moisture. I give it a big
VLuv.
Lastly, since educating yourself about this transition and our options and resources available is key, I think a book about menopause is kind of an awesome gift. So each of us is picking a menopause book that we loved and want to share with you. Maybe it's a gift for someone who's at the beginning of their menopause journey. I don't know. What do you think, Judy? I know you're a reader.
I'm a reader, and Menopocalypse by Amanda Thiebt is my pick. Very readable, it's humorous, and yet it offers a very helpful guide to staying healthy and fit with the right diet and exercise through midlife and beyond. I loved it.
Awesome. How about you, Anne?
My pick is The Vagina Bible by Dr. Jen Gunter. I like this book because it's separating myth from medicine, as she says it, and I think it is helpful if you're younger, and I think every teenager should have this book because it'll talk about does sugar cause yeast infection, and she even goes to like, what does the pubic hair do? Do we need it? Like, no one speaks about the pubic hair. But these little things, she starts from, I think, when you get your period on through menopause, and then there's even towards the end, there's all the stuff about STDs.
So information that'll be really good when we have our VLuv Jeopardy episode.
Yes.
And do you want to know about my book pick?
Yes.
So I just finished this book called Flash Count Diary by Darcy Steinke, Steinke. It has a definite feminist approach. And I love this whole section when she discovers that female whales also go through menopause, and she becomes obsessed with Lolita, a whale down at Sea Aquarium in Florida. And she talks about that. Anyway, it's fantastic. I love it. VLuv it. Try it.
Wow, a whale.
It's a whale of a book.
So we hope today's holiday special from VLuv Hub was as much fun for you as it was for us.
And don't forget, there's lots of fun VLuv swag to be had on VLuvHub.com. So check it out.
Yep, there's great t-shirts,
accessories, totes.
And we'll be back next week with a far less sexy topic, incontinence.
Okay, it's not sexy, but it's an issue that about 50% of menopausal women experience. But there are treatments, so please come back next week and find out more. VLuv Hub is written and produced by Judy DeMello, Ann Katari, and Sue Delara. Music by A Cloudy Sky. Post-production assistant, Max Podcasting.
Please subscribe to our show wherever you download your pods.
And for more information, please visit our website, VLuvHub.com. That's VLUVHUB.com. And follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. See you next week.